Alright. So the drywall will come out past this. It'll have some room around it. There's the 4 bookshelves. This will go to the wall, and the ceiling will actually kind of just come around it.
Like when they do the drop ceiling?
And then you're going to have this little 1-inch opening that you'll see nothing behind there.
Yeah.
And so if we put this in to your house model,
It's looking like a hot mess in here now, but I have appliances. These were delivered on Thursday, so we got the fridge in, and the stove, and the range hood, and in this box is the dishwasher. And the doors were delivered, the rest are out in the carport. And we've got light fixtures for the front and the back. And then we went to Menards this morning and picked up all of the tile and the stuff to do the tile with. So now we have the lumber in that we need to build out the wall that the fireplace is going to go on in the basement. So we have that project. And then next weekend, probably the tile project. I may stop by tomorrow and start hanging like the waterproof backing that goes under the tile, the underlayment, and have that on and ready to go. But we will see, because we still have to go pick up the trim tomorrow. My mom is coming down and bringing the truck from the farm so that we can stop and pick that up and bring it over. And we'll see what kind of time we have left. So I've also got to do grocery shopping tomorrow. So, but lots of stuff being bought now. We're ready to get this stuff done. Try to slipping up your line.
you always find your way to higher ground. You're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. When I'm at my weakest point, and so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the
Probably,
rough,
I can't really reach it.
shining from within.
Stretch so much, my lungs are out of here.
Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where. You will always keep my heart and soul
It's waving in my hair.
strong.
That one's stuck underneath the other one. You might have to pop the other side loose.
You're the first thing in the morning and the last. Baby, you're my future and you are my past. Pretty little thing.
Maybe working for a second time.
How bad is it?
The bottom first, and then Logan is going to use his idea of how we're going to anchor it to the top.
Where the top of this is.
Push it back, won't be the same as it is now.
Just if you're gonna go sketching stuff out, I want to make sure it's. Let me just get back here.
Go for it. And don't forget, this is going to be on top of whatever floor underlayment there is.
Yeah, that's actually pretty straight.
And this tape measure sucks. It's a climb. Yeah, it's also bent and twisted. In order, we're looking at about 59 or 5/8. Alright. Close. Hang on, don't move. Might have to do one of these at a time. Yeah, I'll hold that. Well, here, I got this right now if you want to get this one. If you want to get this squared up, I can move it a little bit. You know why I did that? So not so good. God, you're so good. second level of the house right now.
Good icy morning from here in Missouri. It is about 7 degrees right now and feels like -4. And our high for today is only going to be 14 degrees, which is completely insane for Missouri. But I feel like we do have a cold snap like this at some point every year. Usually it lasts about a week at most, and then it's gone. And a lot of times it does also come with like freezing rain or something crazy like that. But once it's passed, it shoots right back up to 40 degrees. I know last year by February, it was in the 60s for like the entire month of February, which is like crazy in the opposite direction. So we just really never know what the heck is going to happen here anymore. But anyway, I am hopping on here to do my meal plan with you, and then I'm just going to do a quick little chat about just the house and where we're at with that. So for next week, I found, and I do not know how to pronounce this correctly. I am totally guessing. So if you are from the Caribbean or, have any kind of cultural knowledge of how to say this, it is called Caribbean pilau with beans and spinach. And it's a vegan version, obviously. So I will share the recipe for that down below. It was something that popped up on my Pinterest and it sounded good. It actually sounds a lot like some of the beans and rice dishes I've tried that are more, New Orleans style. But I'm going to give that a try for next week. And as always, I will have this on my vlog or my blog. Sorry, if you want to go to my website and check that out, I'll have the downloadable PDF with the shopping list and the meal plan and everything will be on there as well. And that is the plan for next week. So short, sweet, and to the point. As far as my house is concerned, I was hoping, we had a 3-day weekend, and I was hoping we would get a lot more done than we did. But I wasn't able to start doing anything with the tiling. I was hoping to be able to mix the mortar and get the waterproof barrier up so that we could start tiling then next weekend. But they said that there's something they have to put at the bottom of the cement board to go from the cement board down to the top of the tub to help block any kind of water from getting back in there. So they're supposed to be doing that this week. So I did have to get the tub all scraped and cleaned for them to be able to apply that. And so next weekend, I should be able to then go and start working on the tile. We did obviously also start the wall for the fireplace, and we ended up needing, so the way that Michael designed it, they kind of changed plans a little bit once they actually got in there and started doing it. My son actually came up with a good idea for how to mount it at the top. That eliminated the need for shims, and Michael liked it, and he went with it. And I have to say, I am so impressed with how much my son knows already for being 17 years old. Just listening to him and Michael talk yesterday as they were planning this stuff, and Michael is an engineer, and Logan was just kind of matching him with his ideas and his thoughts and everything, and considering the load from the ceiling above and all of that stuff. So it was pretty cool just to sit and listen to them chat about all of that. But anyhow, since they kind of changed the plan a little bit, we need one more board that goes up the center of the fireplace where the drywall is going to mount to it. And so we were short. All we had left were scraps that were too short to fit in that space. We need to go buy one more 2x4. And then we're also going to buy the drywall. Michael had kind of thought maybe we'll have some scraps left from what they're doing at the house, but none are going to be big enough to do the whole front of the fireplace where the fireplace is going to be attached. So we do need to buy that. So next weekend we should be able to get that board in and hopefully get the drywall secured. The one kind of issue with that is I'll probably have to see if my mom can bring the truck down again, because Logan will be going to his dad's this coming weekend. And so we won't have him around to use his truck. So we have to have a truck bed to get the drywall from Lowe's or Menards over to my house. But that's going to be the plan for next weekend, is hopefully getting all of that hung. So by the end of next week, we probably, I hate to say it, but we will probably end up having to finish the drywall on the fireplace wall ourselves. I was hoping that the drywallers would be able to go down there and just slap some mud and tape on it for us. But by the end of next week, they should actually be done at the house. So we will see if we can get that drywall hung this weekend. Hopefully they'll still be there with all of their supplies and they can do that for us next week. I think they should be. So, because I don't know if their 2-week estimate was for finishing the drywall or if that included paint. So, but with that said, it's exciting because at the end of next week, we're going to be starting in February, and my house, fingers crossed, should be done sometime in February. I was hoping like it'd be closer to the beginning of the month, but it's probably going to be more towards the end. Once they get done with all of the drywall and get that all painted and everything, there is another contractor that's going to come in. And that's what I don't know, is how swift he will be, because the drywallers have been super quick with everything. And the guy that is doing all of the hanging the doors and installing the trim is working with the drywall company, so I think he'll be pretty quick too. But he'll come in then and hang all of the interior doors. Now I've got to get an exterior door ordered in here, which I am going to order tomorrow. And then it should be here by the end of next week. So he'll get all of that hung, and then they will come in and do any of the painting that they need to do. I assume they're going to hang the doors first. I don't know that for sure yet. But then they're going to come in, get all of the painting done, wallpaper hung if I have the wallpaper in time, which I probably will not because this company is incredibly slow. I ordered the sample like a week and a half ago and it's still not here. And then once I decide that, yes, that is what I want, then I have to order all of the rolls. And then it's going to take another week and a half to 2 weeks for that to get here. So I may end up getting stuck hanging that myself. But once that's done, then the flooring will go in. And then after the flooring is in, obviously the trim goes on. So we are really rounding the bases now to home. And then obviously the drop ceiling in the basement too will have to go in, and it will be the same guy doing the doors and the trim. So I would assume he will get to work on the drop ceiling around the same time that he's hanging the doors. So we have a lot of stuff going on in the next few weeks, a lot of projects going on. My primary focus next weekend is probably going to have to be tiling the shower. I'm at least going to get that waterproof membrane up, but then Michael's probably also going to need my help in the basement with the framing or hanging of the drywall for the fireplace. So I feel like we're going to be going back and forth between the two, but really trying to get this stuff done. It'll be nice to get the shower tiled, because once that shower is tiled, we can then get all of the fixtures attached so that we can turn the water back on in the house, and that will be very nice to have. So anyway, that is the update on the house and where we are with all of that. All of the trim we bought, and I don't think I filmed that, but my mom came down with the truck and we bought all of the trim to do the wainscoting. So in my office and down the hallway, there will be a chair rail with wainscoting underneath. So I've bought all of the trim that we need to do that. So that is all in the house in place, ready to be hung. The last thing I need to do, other than order the lighting, which they said to wait until they're starting to prime the walls, to go ahead and order the lighting, and it should be here perfectly timed for the electricians to come in, because as soon as the paint is done, they can come and hang all of the light fixtures, install all the plugs and switches, and their part will be finished as well. So like I said, lots going on all at the same time in the house, and it's great, but I'm just hoping that we stay on track for getting the house completed in February so that we can be moved back in. I want to be back in the house by March 1st. And I'm definitely going to make sure that I vocalize that to everyone who's working in the house, because that is when garden season is really going to kick off for me. March 1st is when I start planting all of my like cold season stuff. So peas, radishes, carrots, lettuces, all of that stuff is when I start putting it out into my garden beds. And I'm also going to need to start working on getting the yard fixed, because I'm expanding the garden now that that tree is no longer there. So we really need to be in, because for me to start planting stuff in my garden, I first of all definitely need the water back on. I need, my hose connections, all of that stuff. I need to be home. That's not something I want to be running back and forth for. So I need to be back in the house by the start of garden season. So that is the plan, is no later than March 1st to be back in the house. So keep your fingers crossed for me that will work out, but I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here. Thank you for sticking around if you've made it this far to listen to the chat, and I will see you back here this coming up weekend to work some more on the house. Okay, I lied. One more thing really quick. The editing situation, I know I mentioned it in the last vlog, so CapCut has finally come back, but I deleted the app off of my iPad just to maximize my storage space, because when you go to downloading as many videos as I do onto an iPad, it very quickly runs out of storage space. So anything that is not useful that can be offloaded, I offload. And when CapCut went away, I went ahead and deleted it. and now it's back. However, the App Store isn't carrying it. Apple is, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to bring it back, but they have essentially decided that because there is a law saying that this isn't legal to use anymore in the United States, even though we have executive orders right now saying we're not going to enforce the law, you won't have to pay any fines, they still aren't offering it in the App Store. And since I deleted it from my iPad, that means I can't get it back. So I am still using this new app that I found for editing my videos, and I just wanted to say please bear with me on it. I'm in the process of editing the video right now that you are now watching, but until I get it finished and exported and in YouTube and ready to be played back so that I can play it back both on a TV and on either like a phone or my iPad to listen to the volume of my clips and also of the music that I'm adding, it's going to be hard to know if I have it right. So the video that you're watching now, the settings may not be what they're going to be in the future. I am definitely working on adjusting that. So if anything sounds funny, I am very sorry, but this is the reason. It's because they took CapCut away and I had to start using this new app. And until they bring CapCut back to the App Store, I'm going to be stuck with this new app, which isn't terrible. It's just a learning curve, as it always is when you use something new, to figure out all of the adjustments and settings. So anyway, that is the end of this video, and I will see you guys next time.